Hey everyone, this is Rob Adams of the Actors Workshop, and welcome to our newest edition of In the Abyss. Today we're going to talk about what's the rush. And what I mean by that is, why do so many actors, especially when they're brand new, feel like they have to rush into this industry? There is no other business like show business. And it's because there's this mentality that you don't need training, you don't need experience, you don't need anything. I'm just going to show up. I'm going to do a headshot. I'm going to do a resume. I'm going to submit through all the websites and stuff like that. And I'm going to go get an agent. I'm going to go get work. I'm going to go do all of this stuff. Look, there's nothing wrong with being ambitious. There's nothing wrong with having drive and determination, but you have to be a realist. You are talking about an industry that billions of dollars flow through. You as an actor, you're an investment. You have to give people a reason to invest in you. And just saying, well, I'll make you money is not worth somebody investing in you. Okay? You have to understand the competition is tough. There's a lot of people wanting to be actors. And there's a lot of people in the business who are already SAG actors, who are already professional actors, who look just like you. Okay? And we've talked about this before. You know, RJ used to always say in class, there's no one in Hollywood doing you, so you better do you well. Well, you have to master your craft to do you well, right? So what's the rush? Time? You have plenty of time, right? Because you don't age out in our business, right? It really is, the rush is impatience, right? I call it in class the Veruca syndrome. I want it and I want it now. Well, of course we do. I want to win the lottery now, but let's be realistic, okay? You have to get great at what you do. Any profession and careers, I talk to my kids about this all the time. There are people who have jobs and there's people who have careers. Most people have jobs. You can get a job in this business. You can get a non-union job in this business. But is that your goal? Your goal should be having a career. Okay? So if you want this to be your career, you have to treat it like other career models. Doctors, lawyers, business people, right? And that is mastering your craft to get opportunities to be great in your profession. Okay? I don't train my actors to do small things. I don't train my actors to do commercials. I don't train and look, you can sit there and say, well, commercials are not small. There's a place for commercials. I'm a film acting coach. I'm a TV coach, right? Film and TV. That's what I'm aiming for my students to do. Not student films, not non-union things, not shorts, not webisodes. That's not what I train my students to do. I train my students to be professional working actors. And in order to do that, you have to have the confidence to know it's going to be a process. The reason that people do all those other things is to give themselves self-gratification that they're doing something, right? Well, at least I worked. At least I did something. One line on a network show is worth more than being a lead in a movie short. It's not even close. Being a starter in the minor leagues and being a reserve in the majors is not the same thing. You'd rather be a reserve in the majors. You've made it. You're a professional and you're getting paid as a professional compared to being in the minors where you are a minor leaguer and you're being paid as such as well, right? It's the same thing. It's a mentality. So once again, what's the rush, right? There is nothing special about you in Hollywood. Your uniqueness is, and you have to learn to use that so you can market that, right? But you're not going to be the one person who shows up out of the blue who has no training or hasn't mastered their craft and all of a sudden be the one where Hollywood goes, yeah, that's the one. That's the person I'm casting. Unrealistic. You are living a dream, and dreams are not real. They're things we dream about, okay? If you want this to be real, slow down. Slow down. Learn and master your craft. And that other stuff will play out. Agents will come. The union will come. The work will come. You have to believe in it. Otherwise, why do you do this? Right? In real life, we're not satisfied with just, well, at least I'm in a relationship. Right? Well, at least I have this. At least we don't live that way. We want a good relationship. We want a good this and that. So why in your profession, if you really want to do this, are you satisfied? Well, at least I'm doing something. Well, at least I have an agent. Well, at least why are you satisfied with that? Let's be real. No good agent, and this is the thing, no good agent will sign you with no experience, with not being in the union, without being consistently good. You are an investment. So you have to ask yourself the tough questions. Why would an agent represent me? Well, because I'm beautiful. I've heard it a million times. Or because I'm special, because I'm different. Yeah, maybe you are special. Maybe you are different. Maybe you are beautiful. But business is not going to hire you or sign you or do things based off of never doing anything. And what I mean by never doing anything is mastering your craft, right? You could walk into an agency, and if you're really good at what you do, they don't care what your experience is. They'll sign you on the spot. But if you walk in a room and you're not consistently good, in a sense, this is your tryout. What pro athlete does a tryout not prepared? Think about it. You have to be prepared to do your tryout. That's what an audition is. That's when you go meet with agents. Those are tryouts. So you better be damn well good at what you do. Okay? So once again, what's the rush? There is no rush. Slow down, master your craft. And I know I've said it a few times in this video, but I can't repeat it enough. And the rest of the stuff will come. It will, and you have to believe that. If you don't believe it, why are you doing this? If you don't believe it, and you're just satisfied doing the little things, then do those little things. But you're never going to get to the point where you want to be. And that's when you look back and go, I wish this, I wish that, I could have done that, I could have done this. Maybe if I'd have stuck it out, maybe if I would have been more professional, maybe would have. You don't want to live life like that. You want to just do it. So you look back and go, you know what? I did everything I was supposed to do. I gave it my all, and I have no regrets. I've done this for 30 years, and I've seen more actors than not who have regrets, that wish they would have stuck with it, wish they would have done it differently, wish they would have approached it differently. It's a hard thing, right? And people are not going to just knock on your door because you are you. I don't mean to be negative, and I don't mean to be a bummer. But if you master you, which is mastering your craft, then they will see what makes you you consistently, and that's what's going to draw them in. That's where you get the opportunity, and that's where you capitalize on it. Once again, I'm not saying to sit back and wait for it to happen. You have to be proactive. But don't start being proactive until you need to be proactive. If you're a freshman in college, you don't need to be proactive worrying about where you're going to be in 3 years for your career. If you are a junior in college, now you have to start thinking about that. And depending on what your profession is, right? Because if you're if you're going to medical school, you do your 4 years of school, then you do your 4 years of medical school, then you do your 4 years of residency, right? I have a student of mine, his daughter went to UCLA, graduated there, went to Vanderbilt Medical School, graduated there, and now she's at Cornell in New York doing her residency, right? You're talking at least a 12-year process until you are wearing the white coat. That's what I'm talking about. She's now starting to think about the light at the end of the tunnel because she's now put in all of those years. Are you willing to put in 12 as an actor? Oh my God, Rob, that seems like a lot. Well, if you want to see the true light at the end of the tunnel, you have to be willing to give it a lot of time. And the cool thing about our business is, and here's where it's different. When you go to medical school, law school, you have to do certain things before you see that light, right? As actors, that light can appear at any time. That's why you have to train and consistently be good. So when that light hits, you're prepared, you're ready. Because it's going to be dark, 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 dark light. Are you ready? How much training did you do? How consistent did you work? How hard did you work? How dedicated you were to it? Are you doing your lines word for word? Are you doing the things you need to do? These are the questions you need to ask yourself, right? Because that's really why you train, to master your craft and be prepared for opportunity. Because unlike other professions where you go to school, you do these, you do that, and then you know once you get all of this set up, then you are dialed in. Acting, once again, you got to be dialed in, because when that opportunity hits, you need to be ready, right? So there shouldn't be a rush to chase work. There shouldn't be a rush to chase agencies, right? Because the truth of the matter is, once again, what are they going to do for you? A non-union, unexperienced actor or actress. What are they going to do for you? Not going to do anything. They're not going to do anything. You're spinning your wheels. You're wasting your time, right? What they're going to do is send you off to their photographer to get new headshots. They're going to send you to their acting school. So all the money and kickbacks and all the things that Hollywood does is going to go on. Rob, come on, that stuff doesn't really happen. Really? Haven't heard of Harvey Weinstein? All of it happens. If you get caught up in the web of the people who prey on the people who have no patience. If you stay on the outside and you have patience and you work at it, then you work in the guise of where it is safe and the professionals work, and you won't have those issues, right? So you have to work hard at your craft, work at mastering your craft, work on being consistently good in your craft. And then once again, the good agents will come. The work will come, the legit professional work, not all that other crap I was talking about. Okay? And if you really work at it and you really believe in it, it will happen. It's going to happen. You have to believe it. Otherwise, why do you do it? Why do you chase it? Right? So that's my rant of the week. I guess a couple of my last videos have been rants. I'm not trying to make it that way, but things come up and I want to pass it that way. And these are kinds of the things that, is like the last one about hard work doesn't pay off. Well, you know what? That's just an excuse, right? Trying to get through it just so you can say you work is just an excuse. So when you fail, you have a fallback. Well, at least I tried, right? Don't be these people, right? Be the professionals. Think like a professional, act like a professional, and you'll be a professional. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Please, once again, subscribe if you have not. Leave your comments in the comment section. Pass these videos on. Let's get the word of mouth going. If you have any questions, please reach out. www.theactorsworkshop.com. We'll see you soon.